welcome to Live at 4. It's Thursday, Friday Eve. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to come into work when it's chilly and windy outside.
Yeah, it's a bad hair day.
Yeah, it's a little different.
It's windy out there. A little later this hour, we'll be taking your phone call questions for Dr. Zorba Pastor. Eric and I will let you know when it's time to call in. But here's what's making news on this Thursday. More than 2 million more people in Wisconsin will be able to get vaccinated against COVID-19 starting later this month. But who does it include?
And the Madison School District, students there will be heading back to the classroom. We'll share all the details on that return.
And after a year without a lot of regular college experiences, UW-Madison grads will get to experience somewhat of a normal commencement ceremony. We'll explain how it will work. But we begin today at 4 with team coverage focused on more people now eligible for the vaccine than ever before in Wisconsin.
Charlotte DeLeste has the latest on how you'll be able to sign up for a vaccine. But first, Naomi Coles breaks down who can actually get one. Naomi?
If you're at least 16 years old watching right now, then you will have a very high chance to be eligible to get the vaccine in Wisconsin starting March 29th. State leaders said today they will open up eligibility for anyone between 16 and 64 with at least one of 20 medical conditions. That's including people who are overweight and obese. Those metrics would apply to almost 70% of the population.
It is based on the best evidence we have about which medical conditions make someone more vulnerable to severe illness or death.
Other eligible conditions include type 1 and 2 diabetes, heart conditions, asthma, cancer, and more. But the DHS warns ongoing limits to supply means not everyone will get it at once, and healthcare providers may prioritize within these groups when scheduling vaccinations. Now, the state estimates that this new group does include at least 2 million people, but it could be far more. They just don't know how much overlap there is between who's been vaccinated already and who would be eligible inside this group. We do have a complete list of those eligible conditions online. Meanwhile, Charlotte DeLeste is here to explain what's going to make you eligible for these conditions. Charlotte?
State health officials have already distributed close to 2 million doses of the vaccine, and they say they are ready for the next step. During a briefing this afternoon, they said your health provider might reach out to you before you try to sign up elsewhere. Health providers will be using the same metrics for reaching out to people to schedule appointments as they did for the last eligible group. They will be reviewing your medical records and contacting those who fit the group. However, not everyone will be able to receive one right away.
Just like previous expansions, everyone who was previously eligible will continue to be eligible and receive priority.
If you don't have a regular doctor or you want to go to a community vaccine site, you will be able to. All you'll need to do is show up and let the staff know you have a qualifying condition. You will not have to show any proof or medical documents. You may, though, have to sign a sheet saying you have the condition.
All right, Charlotte, thank you. Wisconsin's 7-day average of new COVID-19 cases continues to drop. 502 people have tested positive in the last day or so. No new deaths were reported. More than 11% of Wisconsinites are on their way to being fully vaccinated. That means 2 weeks after the second shot of the Pfizer or Moderna shot, or 2 weeks after the Johnson & Johnson single dose. Nearly 20% of the population has just started the vaccination process. And in Dane County, about 14% of the population has finished the process. It's about 77,000 people. About 22% of the county has at least one dose.
The Madison School District says all students will be back in the classroom next month. The district made the announcement this afternoon. Students will still have the option to continue learning remotely if they prefer it to in-person instruction. Students will go back in phases based on grades. Kindergartners returned to the classroom earlier this week. A full list of when students return to the classroom can be found on our website, channel3000.com.
Rock County health officials say they are hopeful that business and gathering restrictions will continue to be eased.
I can say that the metrics are looking very positive right now, and the hope is always to get back to as normal as possible while preventing the spread of the disease and making sure we continue to see kind of very low levels of case activity. So we continue to monitor those trends on a weekly basis.
Rock County epidemiologist Nick Zupon says the next phase of reopening will not happen immediately. Health officials want to wait and see what happens over the next few weeks before making any changes.
President Biden has signed the nearly $2 trillion coronavirus relief bill into law this afternoon. It comes ahead of his primetime address to the nation tonight to mark the one-year anniversary since COVID-19 was declared a worldwide pandemic. Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
Thank you for being here.
In his first legislative victory in office, President Biden signed the $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill Thursday, delivering financial help to millions of Americans.
This historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country.
The legislation provides $1,400 checks to millions, billions for vaccinations and school reopening efforts, while increasing the child tax credit and lowering Obamacare insurance premiums. It will also extend weekly federal unemployment benefits to the fall.
People can expect to start seeing direct deposits hit their bank accounts as early as this weekend.
Republican lawmakers criticize the plan as partisan.
It includes hundreds of billions in state bailouts.
The bill signing comes ahead of the president's first primetime address in office. He'll mark the one-year anniversary of the coronavirus pandemic, which has claimed the lives of nearly 530,000 Americans, sickened many others, and caused economic hardship for millions more.
What I'm talking about tonight is the impact on the virus and how we're going to end this pandemic.
On Capitol Hill, the U.S. House of Representatives chaplain offered a prayer to mark the somber anniversary.
Holy God, a year ago, normal was turned on its head. Our whole lives have been tragically upended, and our sense of health and welfare forever threatened.
A new poll finds about 1 in 5 Americans say they lost a relative or close friend to the virus. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And the results of an AP NORC poll revealed racial disparities. 30% of African Americans and Hispanics had someone close to them die from COVID, compared to 15% of white people surveyed.
Chilly and breezy out there today compared to what we saw earlier this week, but we are ending the week with some sunshine, and Dana Fulton joins us to look at the forecast. Dana?
Well, you pretty much just covered it all right there. We do have sunshine still, but it is just a little cooler outside. As we look at our radar right now, a lot of sun, nothing new holding on or hanging out in the area. We did still have a few clouds early in the day, but clear skies for us for the afternoon and evening. 50 right now in Madison, with our wind speeds in the mid-teens for Dane County. 52 in Janesville and in Mineral Point, about 48 currently in Monroe. Compared to this time yesterday, though, it's quite a drop. A 14-degree difference for Janesville and much of Rock County. For Platteville, about a 12-degree drop in the last 24 hours. Wind speeds still high. We have sustained wind speeds in the mid to upper teens, but wind gusts today have really peaked in some high places. We've been close to 40 miles per hour for Monroe and Janesville, 38 miles per hour in Lone Rock. So a bit of a breezy afternoon. I'm sure if it was your trash day, you certainly noticed it. Now our wind speeds will back off, thankfully, for the end of the week. And we're going to hold on to some sunshine. We'll look at that 10-day in just a second. As far as road conditions are concerned right now, we are thankfully not seeing any accidents in Dane County. It does look like there's a little bit of a delay on the eastbound side of the Beltline near John Nolan, but then the speeds pick back up well before the interstate. Around Janesville, no hiccups. In fact, the interstate through Rock County looks smooth at this time. From Janesville to the Beltline, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and some Prairie to downtown, a quick 9-minute drive. This evening, we will take a closer look at your weekend and the full 10-day in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thanks. UW-Madison hopes to hold an in-person graduation ceremony for its 2021 graduates. Chancellor Rebecca Blank made that announcement this morning in a video posted to YouTube. The university will host 2 ceremonies at Camp Randall on May 8th. One's for undergrads, the other for graduate candidates. Family and friends will have to watch online, unfortunately. All students will be asked to wear a mask, practice social distancing, and show their green Safer Badger badges.
Britain's Prince William has responded to allegations of racism in the royal family after Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah Winfrey on CBS. It is the first on-camera comment from a senior royal since Prince Harry and Meghan exposed claims of racism in the royal family.
Is the royal family a racist family, sir? Very much not a racist family.
The denial comes 3 days after Harry and Meghan told Oprah that someone in the family was concerned about what color their unborn son Archie's skin would be. The Queen issued a statement from Buckingham Palace on Tuesday saying the race allegations are concerning and will be addressed by the royal family privately. Prince Harry told Oprah the racist remark did not come from Queen Elizabeth or her 99-year-old husband, Prince Philip, who remains in a London hospital after a heart procedure.
The former Whitewater student accused of assaulting a woman outside of a bar has been cited by police. 19-year-old William Schultz was cited for disorderly conduct and for underage drinking at a bar. Whitewater Police Chief Aaron Rapp says police were notified of the incident last week when the female victim reported it. She told officers she was assaulted during a disagreement at a bar. Police have not shared any details about what happened during the incident. Still ahead at 4, the pandemic has forced many kids to go to class online.
But many aren't attending classes, so where are they? Well, the answer might surprise you. We'll have that story when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
For the pets you love, well, you gotta get down to Mouse Pet Food Warehouse, where your Tyler goes to help so many pets in town. Mouse Pet Food Warehouse. We raise money for farm animals in need. Shelter cats and police canines too. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
We are the Thrivers, women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant. In a clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it,
lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
If you're ready for a new Toyota, let's get started and save big at East Madison Toyota. Take your pick from our giant selection of new Toyotas and save big. RAV4s, Corollas, Highlanders, Tacomas, and more. Get started and get behind the wheel of your new Toyota at East Madison Toyota. Come see why more and more Wisconsin buyers are choosing us at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
Beautiful out there along the Lake Mendota waterfront. The sun shining brightly, a little breezy and cooler today, though, than the 60s we've experienced earlier in the week, but we will see sunshine through to the weekend. This week marks the one-year anniversary of the global coronavirus pandemic, and America is still facing a jobs crisis. The Labor Department reported that a total of 1.2 million people applied for first-time benefits last week without seasonal adjustments. That includes the 712,000 Americans who filed first-time claims and the 478,000 who filed for benefits under the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance assistance program. Now, President Biden's signature on the new COVID relief bill sent stocks soaring today. The Dow picking up 188 points. The NASDAQ grew 329. The S&P up 40 and hit a record high. Across the country, many young people are taking jobs to help their families make ends meet. Since the pandemic started, an estimated 3 million students have not attended virtual or in-person classes.
For some, that's because they are now working. Meg Oliver is at a high school in Newark, New Jersey, with more on teenagers balancing school and work.
Several days a week, Melody Vidal gets a ride to the mills at Jersey Gardens Mall, where she works at the bakery chain Cinnabon. In the fall, the high school senior took the job to help her mom financially.
What was your biggest fear?
My biggest fear was being homeless.
But trying to balance remote learning and work is taking a toll on the 18-year-old.
How overwhelming is this on you?
It's so overwhelmingly stressful. I find it hard to live sometimes.
You find it hard to live sometimes?
Yes, because of the stress.
Yeah. Maria Medina is Melody's mother. She's a party entertainer and does face and body painting.
How hard has this last year been financially for you?
I watched a career that I have been working on for 12 years go completely dead.
Would you be able to make ends meet without her helping?
Yes and no. I mean, I can manage things. I've been doing it for years, but her help has been a blessing.
In the U.S., around 17.5 million young people between 16 and 24 are employed, and many to help their families get by. 17-year-old Joanna Lopez is one of them.
Why did you need this job?
I wanted to help my mom because she's a struggling single mom.
The high school senior from Los Angeles juggles an exhausting load, all remote school during the day, and several days a week she works at a fast food restaurant until midnight. Her mother was laid off because of COVID.
And that's when I was like, okay, now it's time to actually step it up because I have a little brother.
Lopez brings in about $800 a month and gives $500 to her mom for rent and other bills.
You're doing a great thing for your mom. Are you worried about your mom?
Not really. I know that she's a strong woman.
This has got to be overwhelming for you. You're only 17 years old.
I try to keep a positive attitude for her.
Why did you want to share your story?
I want other people to see that they're not the only ones that struggle.
Are you seeing more high school students trying to bring home a paycheck?
Absolutely. Young people are under incredible pressure to contribute to the finances in the home.
Elmer Roldan is the executive director of Communities and Schools of Los Angeles. His organization works with Lopez and hundreds of other students and their families to help provide social, emotional, academic, and even financial support to keep kids in school.
What do you think will happen now that some of these high schools will start to reopen after spring break and you have students trying to juggle school and jobs?
Well, I think that it's going to put both the schools and the students in a very difficult place. And I think it's going to force students to have to pick between their education and bringing home that income.
Roldan says his organization tries to encourage young people to focus on a long-term vision for themselves, like higher education.
Certainly, the income that they're bringing in right now is a huge lifeline for their families. And, and all jobs are respectable. But we also know that the potential is there for them to do a lot more.
For Melody, just the thought of doing more is keeping her afloat. She hopes to go to college next year.
You have something to look forward to.
Yeah, I do.
You're helping your family get by, pay the rent, make sure the electrical gets paid. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel happy. Makes me feel like maybe we're not gonna be homeless. It's so scary to think about that.
Melody hopes to study graphic design at a community college this fall, and Joanna, the high school senior in Los Angeles, also plans to go to college. She wants to be a music therapist. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Newark, New Jersey.
Pretty amazing the impact that we see that this thing has had over the last year. When Live at 4 returns, we're continuing to honor women during Women's History Month.
We'll introduce you to two women writing their own chapter of African history when Live at 4 continues.
Wake Wake up every morning with Chris Reese and his Plan Your Day forecast, designed to help you plan your day before you walk out the door. Plan Your Day with Chris, weekday mornings starting at 4:30 a.m. only on News 3 Now this morning.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
From working out to catching up. And of course, game night. Your home is the foundation for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to be a part of this community for 76 years. During our anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $76. Carpet one room or your whole house, and we'll install it for only $76. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home, locally owned and operated since 1945.
There are endless ways to see the world. But when it comes to actually getting there and experiencing every soul-changing corner of it, there's only one. The Jeep Cherokee.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Take a look at this. Rita Meredith, a 75-year-old woman believed to be the first female mounted police officer in the UK, was granted her dying wish to spend one last time around the horses. 2 New South Wales police officers made it possible when they met Meredith outside of her hospice facility in Newcastle, Australia.
That is a pretty neat story there.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to Dana as we get a look at the weather that has changed in the last day or so, and it feels a little chillier out there today.
It does. It is a little cooler outside. It's still a little windy, but it's also nice and sunny. It's been nice to hold on to that sunshine, and thankfully that's going to return for your Friday and as we look ahead to Saturday before our next system brings just a little bit of moisture. We'll look at your full 10-day right after the break.
Discover the replenishing power of new Pronamel Mineral Boost. Teeth need natural minerals to keep enamel healthy, strong, and white. But every day, acidic food and drink can wash these minerals away, weakening and dulling enamel over time. Pronamel Mineral Boost protects teeth by working with your mouth to boost absorption of calcium and phosphate, which naturally strengthens enamel. Pronamel Mineral Boost helps keep teeth strong, white, and protected from sensitivity. New Pronamel Mineral Boost.
Easter
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-905-1069. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-905-1069.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A clear blue sky for us over the last few hours. Here's a live look over Madison with our WIC-TV Skycam. A lot of sunshine, and in fact, if we even take a look in Platteville, the same picture. Blue sky, a lot of sunshine coming through. Still have about another hour of that before we start to get closer to dusk. Now, our Doppler track has stayed quiet after what was a bit of a rainy day yesterday and a rainy evening for yesterday. Now things are on the up. In fact, we're expecting temperatures for the next few days to generally stay pretty close to 50 degrees in the upper 40s or lower 50s. Dry weather expected through the weekend. Could see some clouds starting to build in late Sunday. That will be along with our next little system that could bring a few snowflakes for early in the day on Monday or late at night on Monday. Much of that will be mixed with rain, so don't plan on needing the snow shovel out for that event, but we could see a few snowflakes swirling around. Overnight, skies should stay mostly clear. Temperatures will drop to about 30 for overnight lows throughout southern Wisconsin. That breeze coming in from the northwest, so it is cooler outside. Again, I'm sure that you've noticed the drop of the temperatures. Afternoon highs tomorrow will be close to 50 degrees. Much of the area just in the low 50s or upper 40s, all of us hugging that 50-degree line. For Saturday, we continue on with the sunshine trend. Temperatures early in the day will be in the 20s, so it'll be cool outside early on. And then in the afternoon, plan on those high temperatures climbing up just a little more. We're likely going to see the mid-50s on Saturday with the light breeze coming in from the southwest, so it shouldn't be quite as breezy as for us on Friday and for Saturday. The temperature trend might seem a little cooler over the next few days, but then it looks likely that we will see a little bit of a warmer trend in that 8 to 14 day outlook. Likely that we could be seeing temperatures climbing back above average. But again, the 60-degree jump, that doesn't look likely as we look ahead through the 10-day. That was a nice little brief tease at spring, but I think right now we're going to have to hold off before we get to that again. Mostly sunny skies for tomorrow and pleasant. High temperatures will be close to 50 degrees. And then as we look ahead to the weekend, we'll hold on to that sunshine for Saturday. Saturday will be in the mid-50s, and then on Sunday, we'll see skies become mostly cloudy through the day with the possibility for some light snow to develop at night towards Monday morning. But any of that light snow will transition over to rain, and it'll stay rain throughout the day on Monday. For next week, temperatures will stay in the low 40s for the middle of the week before we start to warm up just a little bit again in the mid to upper 40s by next weekend. But likely seeing quite a dry trend through much of that 10-day. Aside from that system on Monday, really shouldn't see much moisture building into our area. And that's some good news. Let things dry up a little bit. Right now things are a little muddy outside, so some dry sunny days could be some good news to have that for much of the stretch.
And then we're going to lose an hour of sleep this weekend, springing forward.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Dana. The coronavirus pandemic has forced an official Grammy Week event to make some big changes.
The annual Grammy in the Schools program, which promotes music education for students of all ages, it was transformed into a virtual event. Michael Stickas, the president of the Grammy Museum, says finding a way to deliver the program during the pandemic was vital. It offers students lessons on music education and how to navigate the music business. With popular artists and producers as instructors, the new virtual format makes the free program available available nationwide.
What we're seeing are arts, music, other programs in schools across the country being cut or at least paused. And I think that's unfortunate. So Grammy the Schools Fest is leaning into that and providing this content.
The Grammy in the Schools Fest isn't all that's going online. The Grammy Museum itself has also found a way to persevere virtually. Days after the pandemic forced museums to close, the Grammy Museum created a free digital experience, launching new online exhibits and content. During this Women's History Month, we'd like to introduce you to a woman blazing trails from Africa to Switzerland.
Diane King Hall reports on the new chief of the World Trade Organization.
With face masks and elbow bumps, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala arrived in Geneva with a big mission.
It's unconscionable that there are countries in the world, over 130, who have not even started vaccinating any of their people.
Okonjo-Iweala is the first woman and first African to serve as the World Trade Organization's Director General. In an interview with CBS News, she said her first priorities are vaccine distribution and sustainable fishing, an international dispute that's been raging for 20 years.
We have to look at capacity, subsidies in fishing that are leading to overfishing, illegal fishing, so that our fish stocks will be renewed and sustainable.
Her job has more visibility than ever since the WTO came under blistering attack from former President Trump for failing to police China's trade practices.
Without the WTO, China is not China as we know it today.
An economist and former Nigerian finance minister, 66-year-old Okonjo-Iweala says she's ready for the challenge.
I'm humble that people have selected not only the first African and the first female, but someone they believe has the competence to try and deliver.
She says she'll bring all her knowledge, experience, and persistence to smooth out inequalities and help raise living standards around the world. Diane King Hall, CBS News, New York.
The Director General commended the U.S. for staying in the WTO and contributing to its budget, despite the dispute over China.
And stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's the Freezer Favorite Sale this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Banquet Brown and Served sausage, just $1 each. Hy-Vee potatoes, only $1.68. And that Smart Frozen vegetables, just 77 cents. Don't miss the Freezer Favorite Sale at Hy-Vee.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier, we fight for what's right.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
It's a familiar story. Allergies ruining your sleep and next day too. Taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin and on first dose provides the same relief as Zyrtec at nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
Ready?
No.
No.
Yes, you are. Are you ready to go to sleep for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Guess what? You get 2 kisses. Very good. And one more for good luck.
People were afraid I was contagious. I felt gross.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentyx.
4 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur. Learn more at Cosentyx.com.
It's the Freezer Favorite Sale this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Smart Ones entrees, just $1.57. Eggo waffles, only $1.97. And DiGiorno pizza, just $3.99. Don't miss the Freezer Favorite Sale this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Tonight at 5, the Madison School District plans to allow all students in the classroom. We'll tell you its plans for a phased reopening ahead at 5.
Tonight will be clear and a little colder, while tomorrow will be sunny and pleasant. Saturday will be sunny and mild, while Sunday will be cloudy and a little cooler. My forecast at 10.
And ahead at 6, on the one-year anniversary of the pandemic, a look inside the Alliant Energy Center's new operations to accommodate both COVID testing and vaccines. That's ahead at 6.
Afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. A very busy news days today. We'll get right into it. The coronavirus is what's making news on this Wednesday. UW-Madison is suspending in-person classes.
That means they're asking students not to return after spring break.
The number of cases has topped 1,000.
Hospitals are really taking steps to assure that their staff are safe.
The World Health Organization is officially declaring the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic.
And one of these newer pieces of advice, avoid shaking hands.
UW Health is changing visitor guidelines.
Trump administration and Congress are considering actions to stem the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic.
I've already made some decisions actually today, but I'll be making some other ones that are very important.
The president seems to be more worried about the health of the big banks than the health of Americans.
We'll see more cases, and things will get worse than they are right now.
Well, those are clips from Live at 4 exactly 1 year ago today.
Now, many people consider today, March 11th, the day the world shut down after the World Health Organization declared coronavirus a pandemic.
It's also when the NBA, you'll recall, suspended its season due to a positive case, just the one case. And actor Tom Hanks tested positive, showing anyone could get this virus.
Joining us this afternoon is Dr. Zorba Pastor, who has become an important source of information and context throughout the last year. Zorba, we're so grateful for all of your guidance over the last 12 months, and we want to let everybody know we'll be taking your calls in the next segment, but we wanted to start just by, I'm curious what your thoughts are about this day today. It's a momentous day, and about this year that upended our lives this year.
Oh, it's definitely a momentous year. I would have never thought in my wildest dreams ever that something like this could happen. I can still remember at the very beginning of the pandemic, even before the pandemic was recognized as a pandemic, I was going out to eat with some friends, and they were saying, what do you think about this coronavirus thing? And I remember saying, I really don't think it's going to be that big a deal. And then I went home that night, I looked at the beginning of what was going on, called him, actually texted him that night and called him the next day. And I said, it's a much bigger deal than I think it thought it was when we actually had our dinner. And then the reality is it turned out to be far, far worse than I ever thought. And I mean, this is shut the world down. And if we look back to 1918 and the pandemic of 1918, that was 20 to 50, somewhere between 20 and 50 million people died. If we had not taken the steps that we took, undoubtedly there would be millions more Americans who would die from this terrible scourge. So it's the 1 year anniversary. But the good news of that is it's amazing. We now have 3 different immunizations that are going to help. We now know that masking works. We now know that washing your hands work. And we now can see there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And that really gives me solace. A year later, there's more than hope. There's been progress.
We really are you feel it that things are getting better, Zorba. But at the same time, we also still have to kind of stretch this out just a little longer. We've seen some states pull back on their restrictions and that sort of thing.
Oh, sure.
We got to keep doing this just a little bit longer to make sure we get everybody to where they need to be.
Well, you know, we've got to be smart. It's just like other things. You know, if you've got heart disease, you take your cholesterol pills, you get your blood pressure under control, you exercise, and you eat right. It's not as if you say, well, I have heart disease and I've had bypass surgery and that's it. We still have to take actions because we still have to mask up. We still have to do all the right things to keep ourselves safe and the community. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that's the good news. And we just got to make sure we haul it through because the work is not done. It's still continuing. Not everyone is immunized. Not everyone is safe. And until that time, we've got to do the hard work to make sure we keep ourselves, our neighbors, our families, and everyone safe. We don't want to look towards Texas and Florida where they've said, hey, it's all over. The reality is, in Wisconsin, we are much smarter than that.
All right, if you have a question for Dr. Zorba Pastor, now is the time to pick up the phone and call. The number is 270-9933. Zorba, stand by. We'll take your calls when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
When you think about the businesses that have been most affected by COVID-19, restaurants are at the very top of that list. Alfredo, tell us the story of Bonfire. This all began back in 2009 for you. It's one of my favorite restaurants in town, so it's a true honor to sit here with you today.
Well, I appreciate you coming by. We wanted to do something that's kind of nice but casual. So we focus on a big bar, as you can see. Exhibition kitchen. We use a wood fire grill, so when you walk in, you can smell it.
What has it been like for you trying to own and operate a business during what the last year has brought with COVID-19?
It's been rough, it's been really rough. We had to shut down for about 4 months. During that time, we lost a lot of good employees.
But thanks to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, those employees have a place to turn.
While the pandemic has really impacted on all of us, it's hit hardest those people especially from the restaurant industry. For them, just being able to keep a roof over their head or their heat and power on is an unaffordable luxury. Now more than ever, they need us. We want to give back to them, as does many of their neighbors, family, and friends who realize that at no fault of their own, they're struggling to survive.
Now, we've seen an uptick, in business, especially the last 3 weeks with vaccine coming out. People have been very generous to the staff, which is great.
Let's do a cheers to getting through this time and to a brighter tomorrow.
Right.
Cheers, Alfredo.
From Bonfire American Grill,
I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. You got it!
For the pets you love, well, you gotta get down to Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, where your toddler goes to help so many pets in town. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse. We raise money for farm animals in need, and our friends living in the zoo. We feed rescue dogs and shelter cats, and police canines too. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
During Steinhoffel's Dream Car Giveaway, you could win a 2-year lease to a 2021 Mercedes C300 when you test rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid. Beauty Rest Black are the ultimate in luxury and comfort. Queen mattresses start at just $19.99 and get $200 in Steinhoffel's cash. And with Steinhoffel's special financing, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. So take a test rest and you could drive away in a Mercedes C300 during Steinhoffel's Dream Car Giveaway.
Look at our traffic conditions right now. No accidents to report this evening. Overall, things actually look pretty smooth for downtown Madison, aside from the stop and go spots for us closer to downtown. The interstate for Dane County through Rock County right now, no delays. North and southbound should be able to cruise along just fine. From Janesville to the Beltline, we're at 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown, 9 minutes this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Dana, thank you. It's time now to get your coronavirus questions answered live.
The number to call, 270-9933. Dr. Zorba Pastor standing by at his office in Oregon.
Let's start with Mac in Beloit. Hi, Mac. What's your question?
Oh, what's up, Doc? I just want to let you know I got my first Pfizer vaccine in my left arm, and I was highly advised to go ahead and don't get the second dose in the same arm, because there might be a chance of a rash outbreak or something. Is that real deal, or is that just a rumor?
Well, I don't think it really probably makes any difference. You can use the same arm or a different arm. Very common to get some pain and discomfort there, maybe a little rash there, but I don't think it makes any difference. Really up to you whether you want to use that arm or the other arm. And the reality is you might get a reaction the second time. Nothing wrong with the reaction. Remember, you are 10 times more likely to be struck by lightning than you are to have a serious reaction to any one of the shots. And those serious reactions, when they do occur, being extremely rare, are basically occur within 15 minutes. Those are 75% of the reactions. The shots are amazingly safe, amazingly good, and amazing to take.
Well, let's go to Art in Marshall talking about masks. Art?
Yeah, Doc, I was just wondering, how can you tell when a mask is time to quit using it or when it's gone past its time to use? I don't use the mask a lot because I don't go a lot of places, but want to know when to throw it away.
Well, first of all, if you're in a regular situation, you're not in a hospital situation, you can just use the mask over and over again. You certainly can wash the mask if it's a cloth mask, or you can get a disposable mask and use that. It's really, the masks have to be changed on a regular basis, really for healthcare professionals. And of course, we have to mask up until the CDC says it's time not to mask up, because that's going to keep the virus from spreading.
All right, thank you for calling today. Let's go to Paula in Madison. Hi, Paula, what's your question?
Hi. I'm 67, and I just got my first dose of the Moderna vaccine last week. I'm wondering what level of immunity I will have 2 weeks after the first dose, and what your recommendation would be as far as the advisability of being able to go out for a walk or even take short trips to the grocery store.
Sure. Great, absolutely great questions. First of all, if you look at the data for the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines, the data shows that actually on day 10 or 11, you are about 90% to 95%. Really, after that first vaccine, so 2 weeks after the first vaccine, you really are protected. Still means you've got to mask up and use common sense, the common sense that we all know, but you really are protected. So basically, 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from the vaccine, you can go out. Of course, you can always go outside anytime as long as you mask up and stay 6 feet apart. But going into a store, I definitely think now, 2 weeks later after that first shot, you're safe. But mask up, be prudent. Don't go to the store in the middle of the day if lots of people are there, because you're 65, 67. You're always at the highest risk category. Remember, age is the #1 risk factor for getting a serious, having COVID affect you seriously, needing a hospital visit.
All right, let's go to Lori in Montello. Hi, Lori. You're on with Dr. Pastor.
Hello.
Hi, Lori. What's your question?
We had our shot on Monday. On Tuesday, my husband came down with major flu symptoms. Diarrhea, vomiting, couldn't stay out of bed. He didn't get out of bed till Wednesday morning. Should he be getting his second shot, or should he not get his second shot?
Absolutely, 100% get that second shot. And the reason is, it's very doubtful that what he came down with the next day was actually from the immunization itself. I mean, that's usually that is not the most common thing. Could be, probably not, hard to tell. But what I would recommend, because the second shot is really important, is you stay there, not for 15 minutes, but you stay around there for about 30 minutes. Very doubtful that this is going to be a serious reaction, but I think it's very important to get that second shot no matter what, because you really want to be protected against COVID. Little diarrhea, staying in bed, flu-like symptoms, those are very common. COVID, of course, we run a high risk of death.
All right, thank you for calling. Gina in Madison, hi there, what's your question?
Yes, I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I was wondering, I was planning on getting the shot in the opposite arm and both shots in the opposite arm. Does it matter?
Yes, it does. And the answer is you should get it in the opposite arm. And by the way, it's fantastic that so many people are calling up and either have gotten the shot or are looking at the shot and getting the shot. Let's just compare that to a few months ago, 2 months ago, even 6 weeks ago, when the shots were not available. It's wonderful. And as you know, or may know, the state of Wisconsin is now beginning to relax who can get the shot. I can't remember exactly what the date is. I think it's April 1st, but don't quote me on that. Where more and more people are going to be able to get the vaccine. It's just amazing. But the answer is yes, in the other arm, not in the arm where I had the breast surgery.
I think that's March 29th, Zorba. Let's go to Mary. One more question in Cuba City.
Mary, are you there? Mary, are you there? I think her question, Zorba, was her son is allergic to latex. Should he get the shot?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Latex allergy is no reason not to get the shot, not at all. And he's not putting on latex gloves or anything else. And the answer is even people who are highly allergic do not appear to have serious side effects from the shot. And that's really important. And that's the good news of the shot. So keep getting shots, folks. You are doing a great job. Let's get more shots, then we can open Wisconsin and open the schools quicker and quicker and quicker.
All right, Zorba, sounds good. Keep up the good fight.
Zorba, thank you so much, and thanks for your calls, everybody. We're out of time. Sorry we didn't get that last caller on the air, but we'll do this again very soon. Zorba, thanks so much. And we'll be right back.
Ready, roll. Playback. 3, 2.
Feeling lucky? Everyone's a winner at Ashley Home Store's Lucky Streak Mattress Sale. Save up to $1,000 on mattress doorbusters and get our best price ever on this Beauty Rest doorbuster. Plus, Tempur-Pedic mattresses now less than $30 per month, interest-free. Ashley Home Store.
We are the Thrivers, women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant. In a clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
That's not bacon. It's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
Feeling lucky? Everyone's a winner at Ashley Home Store's Lucky Streak Sale. Everything is marked down at savings up to 50% off. Then pick up your scratch-off card in store for up to an extra 15% off and 0% interest until 2022. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Growing optimism. Have enough vaccine supply for every adult in America by the end of May.
What it means for our local timeline.
The overall mood around here is excitement.
Health officials talk distribution logistics tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Friday, we're getting a jump on the weekend and a jump start on celebrating International Pie Day.
We'll take you to a local diner that's getting in on the fun in the 608. That and the latest on the weekend forecast Friday on News 3 Now this morning.
So we enjoyed another nice sunny sky today, and for your Friday, we're going to hold on to the sunshine. That's the good news. We're going to keep it in the forecast. Temperatures will be close to 50 degrees for afternoon highs tomorrow in the upper 40s or low 50s. It'll stay dry through the weekend, and we are expecting our next opportunity for a little bit of light moisture to build in late Sunday night. Could be some light snowflakes for early in the day on Monday. Right now, though, again, sunny skies, a nice blue sky over Madison. This is a look with our WIC TV sky cam. We see temperatures currently close to 50 degrees in Madison with a bit of a breeze in the mid-teens. It's 50 in Janesville and 52 in Mineral Point right now. And again, compared to this time yesterday, it is just a smidge cooler. So keep that in mind if you do have to head out at all this evening. It does feel a little cooler outside for us across the area along with the wind, but at least it's come with some sunshine for this afternoon.
All right, Dana, thank you. And tomorrow on Live at 4, Michael Bruno shows how Girls Rock Camp is making it work in a virtual setting.
And we'll introduce you to the newest member of the Live at 4 family, Oliver, the news hound intern. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it, lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
From working out to catching up. And of course, game night. Your home is the foundation for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to be a part of this community for 76 years. During our anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $76. Carpet one room or your whole house and we'll install it for only $76. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
If you're ready for a new Toyota, let's get started and save big at East Madison Toyota. Take your pick from our giant selection of new Toyotas and save big. RAV4s, Corollas, Highlanders, Tacomas, and more. Get started and get behind the wheel of your new Toyota at East Madison Toyota. Come see why more and more Wisconsin buyers are choosing us at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
In today's Final Touch, 1 year after the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic, did you ever think we'd be celebrating vaccines?
Well, they're celebrating in Virginia Beach. Residents at the Westminster Canterbury Senior Living Community in Chesapeake Bay